Horror Hour.
We all go a little mad.
Get you.
Here's Johnny.
All right, Home Improvement. She's butch today, hon.
All right, on to the next one.
I
So
mean,
yeah, I mean, all right. I guess David, it's your turn.
I mean, it's Bride of Chucky. No, I'm just joking. It's Seed of Chucky. Because I could not, for me, Seed and Child's Play 2, depending on the day. If I want something a little bit more serious, it'll be Child's Play 2. If I want something a little more campy, I'll say Seed of Chucky. But I'm gonna for today, I'm gonna say Seed of Chucky because so campy, like more than Bride of Chucky, like to the point where it was a caricature of everything that was going on, because I love it. So it takes a minute to understand, like, because you're like, okay, so Tiffany, so there's two, so this Tiffany and this, like, it took me a minute. But as a kid, I was like, I didn't but I was like, oh my God. It was so, I love the lines. I love John Waters for me. Brittany. Sorry, Brittany. But yeah, it was the humor in it. And I just love it's a comfort for me because I love Tiffany and Chucky together at all times. And I just love how they're just like a normal family, but it's like, I don't even know how to explain my love for this movie, because it's like, I love Jennifer Tilly, and Jennifer Tilly does such a good job of like being in on the joke, which is the same thing with like Gina Gershon, which makes sense why they're friends, because she's in on the fact that, like, with Showgirls, she knows what she's doing. She knows what movie this is. She's not, I love how she just loves to, she can play silly and ridiculous and over the top. And I love a Hollywood setting. Like, I love, again, a call back to Scream 3. But I really do love that whole world of like movie making involved in a horror movie, even though it's not the biggest part of the movie, but I really do love it. And Tiffany steals the show for me. I mean, both Tiffany's, honestly. When she kills Redman, and I still don't understand why the steam is coming from his.
Because he just ate that meal, I guess. I don't know. That's a good.
Well, damn, girl, you need to blow before you swallow.
Yes, I don't think that's why. But that was my only thought, like, because I remember seeing that, I'm like, your insides wouldn't be like, because that was like on fire the way it just.
And when she kills, they kill Baby Spice, and she was so fucking stupid. Mama,
she deserved
tied
it.
The fuck up, and she's like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Is you slow? Like, what the fuck?" She was hilarious to me, and the whole conversation of, "I don't sound like that," and it's like, oh my God, it's so good. I love it. John Waters everybody was amazing in that movie, and that ending, so ridiculous.
That was my introduction to John Waters.
Really?
So I literally just watched my first John Waters movie the other day.
Which one?
Oh my God, Cecil B. Demented.
That's your first movie?
Yeah, that was the first one that I watched. Warning. Wait, is it Cecil B? Yeah, it's Cecil B. Demented.
I would have started. I mean, not that this is any.
That's
easier,
the one with
Pink Flamingo would have been nice.
Melanie Griffiths.
Yeah. I loved that.
I watch Pink Flamingo sometimes before filming a reaction. It seems appropriate. Yeah.
Well, I've also, like, you mentioned Gina Gershon, and obviously, like, I know her from Bound, but I've never seen Showgirls, but it is on my. I'm actually going to react to it on the channel.
You need to leave. That is disgusting.
Like, it's on my list. Like, I basically have, like,
so Elvira.
After I did Witches of Eastwick, the gays were pressed. But I
because he had never seen
it as the David month, because I have to do Elvira, I have to do Moonstruck, Showgirls Overboard.
Oh my God, this is such a gay channel.
That's why you need to have an ally on the show, obviously. But you know,
wow. I thought it was bad that George didn't know things or had seen things, and now I'm just hearing this about Nick.
No. That list that y'all sent out for George, I've seen 75% of that list. George fucking lives under a rock, like Patrick. From SpongeBob.
That's the movie. It's Baby Jane. He's never seen Baby Jane.
Oh, yeah, we didn't put that on there. Oh shit.
That needs to be in the list. Like,
don't worry, y'all. We're gonna do a part 2 of this.
Daddy. Yeah, so good.
Isn't that,
oh my God.
I swore he's like, wasn't that on Drag Race?
When he said that's where he knew that song from, I was like, you fucking girl.
Oh gosh.
Let me stop myself.
I love it. Oh, wait, whose turn was it? We got all turned around. I'm sorry.
We all take turns. Where
you were just talking about Seed, weren't you?
Yeah, I was talking about Seed. Okay. This is my top 3, so we're top 3.
Okay, we're top 3. All right. Here is where I am actually going to place. No, I'm actually going to place the series. Oh, I flip on this next one. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing I love about the series. I do love the introduction of the new characters. I love that budding romance because, again, that's just something like, you know, as I'm older now, I'm like, I wish I would have saw that back in my day. Not the crap that we saw, you know, where...
I mean, but also during the Vietnam War, it was very hard to find. Yeah.
So
George thinks you're still fighting in that.
Right?
How does he do this on Saturdays? I don't know how he makes time for this. Yeah.
But I really did. I loved the storyline. I thought the writing was really good. I mean, we got to have 2 Daddy Sawas, I'm just saying. The mom, Lexa Doig, I think that's her name, from Jason X. I thought she was fantastic, and I did love her death because I just loved the doll being like, you know, like, oh.
The way she falls is so ridiculous.
It's so good. I know, controversial, but I liked Lexi because she was a bitch. And like you said, the actress played it very good, though. I know.
Oh, no, I'm not faulting her.
No, I saw Nick. I saw that facial. Yeah,
well, But I mean, listen, we have to put up with George. So for me, it wasn't very different yeah.
Fair. But I really did. She you wanted to hate her. But I also, one of my favorite things is Chucky sitting there playing the video game with her little sister. And he's like, oh, I want to kill her. I forgot. I'm so bad with remembering lines, but I just remember him. He said something
about like, she's making it really up my list, right? Like something high up my list.
Like, oh, I want to kill. He's like, no, killing's bad. And like that whole, yes. I love that.
Oh my God. And under the bed. And he's like, fuck.
Yes. Like there was just so many great things. And there were some the other gnarly kill was that police officer and the
housekeeper.
Oh. Well, first off, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if you all have dishwashers, you don't put the knives up like that.
Ew. I know somebody who does that. And I had to, could never get him to not do that. And I went to his house and showed him that scene. I said, this is why.
Oh, that's the same thing. Like, one of my friends sliced her, she had to get stitches. Like she had reached down to grab, and that's because the knife was up and just sliced. I'm like,
that's the same thing as handing somebody the scissors facing.
Oh yeah.
You don't do that. Like you can't, because girl, we're gonna start something if you start fighting. No, girl. Like,
girl. I mean, it was a great death, but I was just like, oh, I was like, well, she had it coming.
Yeah, close casket that day, huh?
And I loved Tiffany as Jennifer Tilly. That was so much fun. Like, just obviously also being so devious as to setting up the stage of for how the season was going to end. I also loved that they brought back the legacy characters and gave them something to do, because we do sometimes see that in other franchises and not movie franchises, but I don't want to have people
Sorry,
come
Sally.
Yeah, thank you. That move. Okay, yes. I didn't want people to think it was like talking about Scream because I love that shit. But you know, I loved seeing I really like the scene with Andy and Kyle going to that house as a census bureau. And like just oh my god.
That was hilarious.
I just that was great.
What movie was that supposed to be a reference to?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. Remember?
Don't you dare say you haven't.
No, I've seen Pulp Fiction, but I thought there was another one. I thought it was like Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, yeah, okay. I could see that too.
I think it was
Reservoir Dogs
one
was
of those two.
bloody, honey.
Yes.
I mean,
but I loved seeing that because I missed those characters and those actors. Like seeing Christine Elise back, you know, was just so much fun. Oh my god, I was fangirled out for that. Like that I was so happy for. And yeah, I really enjoyed. I loved the updated setting, you know, present day. It was just good. And also Chucky being an ally cracked me up.
I'm not a monster, Jake.
It was so good. And also obviously the one that I saved a clip of that because I was too bad. Kill the twink. It's like, thank you, Don Mancini. Thank you.
He came for me. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a twunk now. I forgot.
Twunk, yes, Don.
But I really just loved all of that. And so
I mean, you were very twunk during your long hair days. It was giving cult leader, you know, very that. It was very
That was before the medication.
So that's where I have that. So Nick, will go next with you.
What number? Oh, well. Okay.
So
two?
Yeah.
Top 3. I think we skipped.
Well, you're still on that. No, you're still on 3 because I started with.
Oh, right. Okay.
3 for me is going to be Bride of Chucky, and this was difficult because like the top 2 are very neck and neck. But Bride of Chucky I think this is actually the first one that I saw in theaters. So it has a very special place in my heart for that. And this was like, there was something when Jennifer Tilly does the dance in front of Chucky when he's sitting on Alexis Arquette's chest. And as a little gay boy, when I was a twink, you know, I was sitting in there in that theater and I was like, I thought I liked cock, but
am I gay?
This is doing something, and I'm just looking. Oh my god! I'm like, oh my god! Look at the way her hips are moving, and oh my god! And like she, you know that she couldn't breathe in that course, and I was like, no, I want to be her. That's the difference.
No, it's true. It's true.
He was so.
No, in that beginning, when she's walking out of the warehouse, is the way
Rob Zombie plays.
Yeah, and she just lit.
Wait, which Rob Zombie song was it? Dragula?
Living Dead Girl. And then she like licks the blood from the scalpel, and she, and then when she's trying to bring him back to life, and she's like, awake, 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 awake.
And that's such a gay reference. God. Hello, Dolly. Like it's so gay. Like
there's so much like that movie. I think like that was like the first one where it shifted a little bit more into comedy, but they really balanced it well. Mm-hmm. The only critiques that I would have for that movie is I find Jesse and Jade to be kind of boring. Not boring to the point where like I don't want to watch them when they're on screen, because they still do occasionally have some good scenes. But
they pull focus and they're not the stars of that film.
Right. Like I think
how could you be? Honestly,
that's true.
I like the scenes that they're in where they're interacting with Chucky or Tiffany. Like when they're trying to get she asked him to put the trunk that has Alexis Arquette in it in the car, and you hear Chucky from inside the trailer. He's like, Tiffany, where the fuck are you? And he's like, oh, you have company? She's like, no, I'm babysitting. Foul mouth little fucker. There's something about the way that she delivers that line, and it is so like she says it so straight.
Oh my god.
I love it. And then I just like they were like, we are going to blow the biggest load at the end of this movie with the baby shooting out. Everything.
It reminded me of my baby pictures. Memories.
Speaking of AARP, do you have baby pictures from when you were a kid?
You know what? I'm trying to stay positive, but this bitch is getting on my nerves.
I think there are like cave drawings, but yeah.
But yeah, they're like the
voice
coming for me
painted
today.
The baby pictures.
Gays are bullies, okay?
We
the
don't
voice
deserve
work,
rights.
like
yeah,
there's little nuances to the voice work. Like when Jesse he's holding Tiffany by the hair, like after she got burnt. And as he's running across, and she's I love it. So yeah, Bride is my number 3.
All right, so we're getting to the top 2.
Oof.
Yeah.
Is you start? Me?
No.
You.
It's
me?
You, sir.
Fuck. Okay.
I already
Play
know.
2. I mean, it's...
I knew.
Listen, there's no mystery. We're number 1, so let's not even play ourselves here. Like, for me, Child's Play 2 is the scariest Chucky was for me, because the rest of them are. I mean, Bride of Chucky turns me on a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. The scars, yeah. Fair. I mean, I like that. Yeah, but Child's Play 2, him walking to the teacher with the yardstick.
One of my favorite scenes,
because he is fully unhinged. He's very Misery, Kathy Bates style. He's just like, there's death. He's seeing red, bitch. And it's so good. And also the way that he kills the guy that works at the factory. That is hilarious to me.
When the thing comes down into his eyes.
The boop, and it's like, I was like, oh God, it's so good, because I love the relationship that he has. And also, the father, I was like, that family, I was like, girl, y'all need to go.
I was ready for them to die.
I mean, he should have burned that house to the ground too with him, honey, because I don't know what the fuck. I mean, that house looks like it was sponsored by Pepto-Bismol, honestly. Like, it was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, because I love it, because this was 80. Well, when was that movie? 80?
89 or no, maybe 89, maybe 90.
No, it was 1990, because I distinctly remember when in Bride of Chucky, when Alexis Arquette says Chucky is so 80s. I remember I read somewhere where somebody was like, I don't know why he said that, considering there was only one movie that was in the 80s, and it was the first one.
Or maybe he was in the production team or something, I don't know. But it was so ugly. But also I loved the death, because you knew he was gonna get it. But I was like, I wasn't in my head. I was like, he needs to know. He can't just die from not knowing who killed him. Like, I want him to see, because that was pissing me off when they just started saying that he's crazy. Oh my God, but it was so good. I mean, everybody, and the teacher was rotted, but I mean, that was hilarious when she's grading the papers. And she was like,
it says "fuck you, bitch" on it.
Little shit. But I love that. And I just love the ending in the factory, because it looks very Shining, very like, what the fuck is happening? Too many. Oh, I love it. And when he sticks that shit in his hand,
was so like,
that movie it could easily be my number 1. But I'm such a fag that, obviously it can't be. But
what you said, Queen?
It's so good, because it's entertaining from beginning to end. There's no like, oh, okay, like, to me, it's just like everything about it is just it moves quickly. We're going here, we're going there. Oh my God. Literally the biggest pre-cum right now. Is so good. Oh my God. It's amazing. It's amazing. And then the police in the car, when he started. There are so many iconic moments in this movie. So good. Oh my God. And his feet hanging from the bottom of the school bus.
Oh my God. The feet, because I recently did Child's Play 2, and I have like a little like thing where it's all the moments where his little feet are dangling. I love it.
And also, like, he is an amazing, I just say final girl just because it makes sense in my fantasy, but he is so good. Like, as a final girl, like, he's so good. Because I'm like, I would have been shitting bricks. Like, I don't have time to think like this kid because I'm just trying to watch fucking Scooby Doo. But this bit, oh my god, so good.
Resourceful little kid.
Yeah. Unlike
he took that damn turkey carver thing down there. That's in the middle of the night, ready to go down there and fucking fight a serial killer.
Oh my god! And when Kyle finds the body in the back of the house, and she finds it, and that. Oh my god! She's just so. Like, she's like in the sewing machine. Oh my god.
He's saying all the reasons why. All right. Well, that's my number one. So I'll tell you why Child's Play 1 is my number 2 spot. I mean, that was my first introduction to the franchise. There was just, I mean, again, a killer doll. I mean, I think the last time, or I'm trying to think of when Puppet Master came out. That came out before or after.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
There's a way.
We see each other. That's what
like I think Puppet Master came first, but again, it was just so creepy because I'm a kid and I've got like action figures, all this. I'm like, what if they come to life and they start killing me?
Do you remember that? Sorry, I'm still in school.
We raised the answer. What?
But do you remember that movie, the Pinocchio horror movie?
Oh god, that was so bad.
It's
so bad.
A sequel like Pinocchio's Revenge as well.
But the poster, I remember watching this as a kid and it freaked me the fuck out because I was like, I saw the Pinocchio that I remember was the one from the live action one with have you seen Babs?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember the guy, the old guy? What is his name? Because he's a famous actor.
Oh, wasn't he on Two Broke Girls? Is that him?
Two Broke Girls. He wasn't Two Broke Girls.
Maybe
the guy that had the
I'm looking
owner,
up
like
now.
The guy that had all the money. Hold up.
I might have that wrong.
He was in. Hold up. Oh, this is horrible. Hold on.
Wait, why is that?
He was in. Oh my goodness! What is this fucking called? His name was Martin Landau. You know Martin Landau?
Oh, I was thinking somebody else. Oops.
He was in the Pinocchio live action. He was in the live action Pinocchio. That was like, oh my god. And anyway, sorry. Back to Chucky. But anyway.
Either way, but this is when like, it just was so freaky. And again, that first death, like Aunt Maggie, I really, really thought that was just so like you knew something was gonna happen, giving all these fake jump scares. And then when that hammer or that toy hammer hits her in the head, and she's like, oh my god, I loved it. And obviously, Chris Sarandon. Oh,
my nudes leaked.
What? Child. Anyway, so
Martin Landau. If you've watched Buffy, I just the name Martin Landau is the father of Juliet Landau, who plays Drusilla.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shook. Okay, continue. Sorry.
He was North by Northwest.
Anyway. But yeah, I just it was the start of obviously a franchise, and Andy was so awesome, and I loved the idea of this little kid just taking the subway, going around, ditching school, carrying this killer doll.
Right, and nobody says anything to him.
Right.
Which they wouldn't. They wouldn't.
No,
I live here, I know.
I'd be like, I'm gonna
in the new Chucky, somebody would have said something. Like Miss Thing. What the fuck? Girl.
Where's CPS at this point? I mean,
right, exactly.
And I love Catherine Hicks. I thought she was so awesome. I was always bummed that she never came back to the series, and
well, she was locked up.
No, I know, but you still like they could have, as the series progressed. I was always curious, but I don't think
Did you wanna? What is that movie? Oh God, what is it that I hated? Oh my god, the powers.
Alma, check your batteries.
My edible panties are. But oh my god, the remake of what is this movie called? Oh my god, I'm saying Magic. With Neve Campbell. The Witches.
Oh, The Craft.
The Craft. I wanted to think
witchcraft.
Remember in the remake and the ending? Is that what you wanted?
No, that's fair.
Okay.
You got it.
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, back then, though, when I was watching, you know, I didn't know we were going to get somebody like Kyle. And then I was just like enamored because I mean, so anyways, yeah. Basically, Child's Play 1, I enjoyed it. I loved the setting. I loved when you could see up close of the doll. Loved the kills. The scene where, like, again, the mom discovers that he's real. Like, all that. You know, it's makes me so happy. And of course, you know, just again, I love those serial killers. Fake ones. No, you know, we're not gonna.
All right,
Yeah, that's all.
That was great.
Thank you, coming for TED Talk. Thank you.
Sorry, you know, it gets past my bedtime at a certain point.
The meds kicked in, hun.
Girl, it's too early. Anyways, we'll next. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Now you're already making me think of that. Obviously, that game show Next. Y'all remember that?
Wait, that sounds familiar.
On MTV, the dating game show, where
I think I did watch that. I think I did. I watched that, and I watched Room Raiders.
Room Raiders. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Oh, Room Raiders. I mean.
Yeah, but next there was one where because they were always on this bus, and this bus didn't have like an actual bathroom. And I still remember
this bus everybody keeps talking about.
Yeah.
The bait bus.
Sorry.
Oh, but
I don't know.
I remember she was the last girl in the thing, and the guy was he's like, no, next, and she came out, and they're sitting at the restaurant, and they're talking, and she's like, you know. She wasn't feeling it, and she just starts peeing right there in front of him at the restaurant. And she's like, I'm sorry, there's just not a bathroom on the bus. And
oh my God.
And I just remember like, next. And she's like, oh, I've been holding this in.
Oh my God, it's like that girl from the news thing when they were interviewing her. And she's like, so what happened? She's like, oh, I'm gonna piss myself. I'll piss myself. And the water's just
oh my.
So anyways, moving on. Nick.
And she's just looking at her like, are you slow? Like
she pissed herself on national television?
On the news, like they're, you know, when they interview the news people. She's like, oh, I'm gonna piss myself. I'm peeing. And she, you know, you see
some people have no couth. God.
No couth. Honey.
But anyways.
Oh my God.
This episode, y'all are in for a treat, I tell you.
Oh Lord Jesus.
So
is it my turn? Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. So my number 2 is gonna be Child's Play, the original. So I will say that this one is the scariest out of the entire franchise. There was a lot. I think part of the reason that I connect with this movie is because it was in Chicago, and I'm from Chicago, and I didn't realize, like, I posted a bunch of this stuff about it on my Instagram, but the toy store eventually was converted into a restaurant. Like, it was like a crepe restaurant, and I did not realize this, and I lived right down the street from it and was constantly eating in the toy store. And I only recently learned about this, like, when season 1 was airing, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to all the filming locations. So I learned, not only do I eat in the toy store, but I shop at the Macy's on State Street, which is where Karen Barkley worked. And when I was born and raised in Chicago, and then for middle school and high school, I was in the suburbs. But then as soon as I turned 18, I moved back to the city, and I lived in the neighborhood of Chicago called Boys Town. And I lived in this little studio apartment, and directly kitty corner was the Barkley apartment. Amazing. But like Andy for Alex Vincent, for however old he was in that first film, was so good. The scene where they have him locked up in like the psychiatric ward, and he's telling the doc, like, because he saw him coming up the stairs, and he's like, he's gonna come and kill me, and the doctor's like, I don't give a fuck. So then he turns around and he just starts crying, and it looks so real. And I was like, did someone punch him? Like, how did you get him to do that?
Wow, that was so powerful. Academy Award.
Oh, he did such a good job. And that scene where
Stanley Kubrick wasn't directing, so no, there wasn't any of that.
Oh, Wendy. Get away from when Chucky first comes to life, it's so good. Like, when she realizes that there's no batteries in it, it's so good.
Iconic scene.
And the animatronics looked so good for 1988, and I liked. I'm curious. Well, you probably know Yutaka, but no spoilers because I'll kill you. But in season 2, I'm hoping that they dive a little bit more into the voodoo aspect, because they do a little bit with it in the first season. But that was an aspect that I really, really liked about the first one, and I feel like this is very, very underlooked.
Poker face. And
the gays don't know about this when it comes to Charles Lee Ray. But if you go back in the first movie, when they go into Charles Lee Ray's old apartment, and he's got all the paintings on the wall, there is a painting of him naked.
Oh.
And let me
what?
It is the biggest thing I have.
Is that why you brought props?
No, I was measuring something earlier. It was just on my desk.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I was not sure.
Gays are sick. What?
Okay, seen Barbarian one too many times.
But the writing is so well done in that movie. Catherine Hicks, oh my God, she does such a good job, and I feel for her as like this struggling mom wanting to take care of her son. I don't know how the fuck they expected us to believe that she, working at Macy's, afforded that apartment, but whatever, that was a nice
not in
apartment.
Chicago.
I'm very curious. I always wanted to know what actually happened with the dad who died prior to the movie starting. Because I know that the original script was much more focused on trying to make the audience think that it was Andy, that there was no doll. But what they translated to the screen, like when he has the line where he says, he was sent down by daddy for me, like that's
broke
so
your
sad
heart
to me. Yeah, it breaks my heart. But obviously this is the
Dad?
friend.
What is that? Gay joke. Anyways, then let's move on.
I didn't know. I was like, are we going to family dinner?
Are you slow?
We're just happy with this.
The first one, it's just it's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
So,
oh my God, when he fucking hits him on the head with the bat, and he's like, batter up, and just knocks his ass out.
I did like that.
It. So good. Oh my God.
So David, what's your this is the top pick.
Yeah, David.
Well,
what are you into?
Oh, I don't think we have enough time for that, hun. But Bride of Chucky is the most entertaining movie I have ever seen. Okay, let me calm down. Okay, so it was so
on the side of my face.
Flame, Nick,
what?
Have you seen Clue?
When I was a kid.
Oh, well, that still works.
Like I've seen it. No, I've seen it.
Okay.
I've seen it.
Yeah. Okay. It's because it's so different. It's very typical horror movie. Well, not typical, it was anything. But when they did this one, they were so annoying. Heigl and the other one, which makes sense because they're teenagers in love, you know. But what I love is like It's so ridiculous. It's so I mean, the John Ritter's death was one of my favorite deaths.
Such a good one.
Now,
and the fact that he comes back and he's not dead.
And David, R.I.P. Queen.
He was cute.
Sorry, girl. Yeah, the spark. Yeah.
Frosted tips.
Oh,
I'm glad the truck hit him.
Hey, Wes. No, but
Stop doing that.
Stop doing that.
Stop doing that.
Stop doing that.
Wait. I don't mean to derail.
Not on this channel.
But when I was doing my reaction for Nope.
Oh shit, my cheeks hurt.
And whatever the guy's name was in Nope,
Brandon
the one that wouldn't
Pereira.
fucking stay at the store where he belonged. Like, he had the frosted tips, and I made a comment. I was like, why the fuck is this coming back? Like, they did that in Scream 5, and they did it again. And then I finished recording, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna wind down and get on the couch, and I'm watching TV. I was like, oh, you know, that Patty Pumpkins, they reacted to Paranormal Activity 3. I was like, let me watch this. And as soon as Wes popped up on that screen, I was like, oh my God, he has frosted tips, and he watches my videos. So I had to send him a message. I was like, listen, I'm going to give you a little bit of a warning. And I was like, you can pull it off. You are good. You're in the safe zone, but please don't hate me. And he was like, oh my God, it's fine.
I love Wes.
Just hateful. Oh my. Oh, I was going to say something after show. Anyways, but the point is, Jennifer Tilly steals the show. There's nobody that comes close to her. The transformation when she's putting on the lipstick and she's putting on the boots and Call Me is playing in the background, and she just takes a whiff. Like, that scene alone was like, oh, this is it. Like, this is, and Chucky's just in awe, and oh my God, it's so good. And the death of the honeymooners and the thing when she's just oh my God, it's so it's ridiculous. And then the waterbed is just, everything is so I love a dramatic death. I love, like, make it as theatrical as possible. That was my favorite death probably in the entire movie, because it's like, it comes out of nowhere, because I'm like, they had it coming. You know they were going to kill. I thought it was going to be with a knife or something, like he slashes the... Oh my God. And what else can I say about it? It's so, I can't even, there's just some movies that I don't even have to explain because it's so good.
I had an orgasm.
Honestly, I feel like this also kind of put Jennifer Tilly back in the limelight. Because I think at this time, I think she was professionally doing poker. I can't remember. Because I know, you know, but...
you gotta give her props too. I mean, like, she, like, was she nominated or she won the Oscar?
No, she was nominated.
She was nominated.
But like, nominated for an Oscar, and then you decide
to do thing to remember.
She didn't want to do it, and Gina Gershon was the one that convinced her to do it. She didn't want to do it. She was like,
"Isn't Gina Gershon in the second season of Chucky?" Because she's on. I thought she was on the cast.
They were taking pictures together.
She's in the trailer. You guys don't watch the trailer. She's in the trailer. Yes.
But yeah, and I also just love that when I forgot the line exactly, but when she puts him in the cage, and she's like, my mom always said, love will set you free. Oh my God. And I think it was like, I've been a prisoner of my love for you.
I've been a prisoner of my love for you for a long time, Chucky. Oh,
now it's payback time. Oh, and she's watching Murder, She Wrote in the tub. I was like, oh, this is me.
Somebody lied to her several times and told her that she was fly, hot, and sexy and beautiful, and she's nothing like that. She's nothing of the sort.
Oh my God.
Minus the hair.
So, exactly.
That scene is sad.
It is
when
sad.
She's in the tub, like, well, before he kills her, but like and then I think she's watching Bride of Frankenstein, and she's like crying. I'm like,
oh my God, she's switching. Oh my God, that scene is so, oof. Because she pushed the shit out. As soon as he walked in, and she was like, "Pah!" So I knew as soon as I saw that TV, I was like, oh shit. But yeah, no, it's so good, and oh my God, everybody. I mean, David was great. John Ritter was great. The two annoying teenagers. I mean.
Rude fucking doll, man.
Yeah, the last time I saw Katherine Heigl, something that I enjoyed watching. I mean, but yeah, that's about it. Oh, and he had it coming. That cop,
Yeah, when he
needled it.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, he was so annoying because he was like such a smirk when they catch him in the rain and all that stuff, and he's just like,
what an ass.
Ugh. Yeah. But everything about them, I is the one that I've seen the most. I have every time I'm feeling blue, I pop it on, and then after that, I watch Murder She Wrote, and then oh my god, so good. I what else can I say? I mean, what else can I say?
Yeah,
I'll Plus, they have all the homages to all the other franchises in the beginning.
Exactly. Oh, it was Jason, Michael, Freddy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. And then again, her slashing his throat, licking the thing, and then just walking in the way she walks in the skin tight leather, and then the heels, the fuck me pumps. Oh god. I could cry.
I love the line where after he turns her into the doll and he's like, we have to get to New Jersey, but like, how are we going to do this because we're dolls? And she's like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And then all immediately reverts back and she's like, shut up.
Fuck Martha Stewart.
Like, Martha Stewart can kiss my white plastic butt.
Oh, what is it? But nothing compares to a big hunk of wood. And wasn't that having that? Oh my God. So good. Oh my god!
I love that cooking scene where when she opens up the pantry and like you got the old couple dead in there. She's like, "Pardon me, excuse me," and she's like,
"Yeah." So sad.
Well,
but, oh my god!
I'll briefly say why this is my number one because we'll let Nick end it on this one. I mean, I had a feeling we were both gonna have the same one, but Child's Play 2, fucking love it. Again, I think the relationship between Andy and Kyle is just so awesome. And I think they both had moments to shine. And yeah, it's the one I've seen the most. And I just really, really enjoy. And it's one of those for me that I feel the sequel was better than the original. Because they just built on something and created something even more. But I'll let
well, they're both to me. Friday the 13th Part 2 and Child's Play Part 2 are the scariest ones in the series.
I still disagree on that one, but
well,
Friday the 13th Part 4 I felt was more. To me, that's more scary. But yeah, okay. But I still do. I love Part 2 though. Like we've had that discussion.
Oh, we've had this discussion way too many times.
No, I go back between 2 and 4.
Speaking of, should we bring up Inside?
Find me a church. I've done everything everybody else wants to do. Find me a church to go to. I need peace in my heart. I need it now. Bring me.
We will. So, Nick, how about you go ahead and explain why number 2 is your favorite?
Okay. So yeah, number 2 is my favorite.
But not in like a George monologue type of way. You know?
I don't know what that means. I tune out.
Drag her.
No, just kidding. So Child's Play 2, kind of to your point, I think like what it did is it took the things that I loved about the first film and amped them up, and the things that I was like, oh, I wish I could have seen a little bit more of that. They added more of it, but they didn't go overboard with it. Like to me, I would say Child's Play 2 and Bride of Chucky are the best examples of mixing serious tones with camp.
Okay.
Out of the franchise, the only reason that I would say like Child's Play 2 would be above Bride of Chucky is because I don't particularly care for Jesse and Jade. Whereas I enjoy Jesse and Jade.
Oh, gotcha. What's she did to you? No.
Well, I went to a Jessie J concert and she did stuff, but but anyways, Child's Play 2, has some of Chucky's best lines in the whole franchise. When he has the guy park the car and he said, "Now park this piece of shit." I fucking die every single time that he says it. It's the best that the doll has looked. That when he kills Mrs. Kettlewell, what you were saying, Dave, when he's walking towards her,
unhinged. Unhinged.
The scariest like visual in the whole franchise.
Oh my
He
God.
is so scary. I don't know how the fuck he killed her with a yardstick, but go
But
off.
I think part of it got to lead up to that though. I love the ball pump, like when he came out and like stuck her in the chest and
pumped the air in her.
Yes.
That was insane, and it made a character that you hated with Phil, and made sure to kill him, and
to make sure that
he knew who was doing.
Yeah, and not just like from behind, like no, you're gonna see this shit before you die, bitch. Have mercy.
Loved that.
Oh my
hey
God.
Phil, how's it hanging?
And I will say, like, a lot of people talk about the relationship between Kyle and Andy. And while I do think that it is a great relationship, one thing that I like about it is I don't really feel like, aside from the scene, they only really have like 3 deep scenes together.
Sure.
So they have when she tells him like how she always gets sent back from like foster homes and not to worry about it because it makes her a stronger person. She's like setting him up preemptively because she thinks that this could be your life. So you have to know how to be strong. What, Annie? What?
Annie, are you okay?
But I love I love that she just chases down the fucking van with him in the back, or the truck with him in the back of it, and then goes into this factory for somebody that she barely even knows. Like, she is a G to the max. Oh no. Andy would have been fucking 6 feet under 5 minutes into that movie.
I would have been Tiffany in the show showing up with a black dress.
When she climbs in that window and sees him tied to the bed, I would have kept on walking.
Fuck this.
Hope you get out. Yeah, the house was fucking hideous though, but we don't need to discuss that anymore. The ending at the factory was
that whole set piece,
in my opinion, absolutely genius. And how they had all the boxes and they made it into like a maze that they had to get through, and like that, the whole ending, the third act of that movie at the factory, to me exemplifies good camp, because there's stuff in it that you're like, there's no fucking way that this would ever happen. Like, there's one worker at this factory and the only way that he can fix the machine is getting directly underneath it. You're like, really? But you don't care because it's so good.
Yeah, the tension about it, because he's gonna get it, but I'm like, oh shit. Yeah.
Yep. And when Chucky says, I hate kids, I've never felt more connected to a man in my life.
And he said it slowly. He was like, I hate kids.
Love it. I love it. And I will say that the way that they take Chucky out in that movie is probably the most creative and most fun way that
he looked like a melted butt plug. I was like, ooh, I can smell it. Like,
well, I also enjoy.
He looked like my testicle when I had testicular torsion.
Oh,
girl, let's just move on.
The alcohol kicked in. No,
I am not your doctor, so
please consult a medical professional. But I liked when they were sticking, like Chucky was getting like all the arms and limbs stuck in him, and then like came out. I was like, oh, like it was just so grotesque. I loved it. I agree. That ending was fabulous.
That's what I'm talking about. It's like, wait. Oh, I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
No, because the song was continue. I'll remember. I promise. Yeah.
What I was saying about like the camp in it, where it's like, there's no way that going along this assembly line that you would have like 3 pieces of hair be stapled in at a time. But they do it like, it's so over the top and ridiculous, but they do it in a way like it doesn't matter because they incorporate it into the set piece in a way that is so entertaining.
Yeah.
Which is, I just love it.
And that's aesthetically pleasing to me. So seeing things getting made, put together is aesthetically pleasing to me. I don't know why, but it makes, anyway. Oh, but I want to say, shout out to Alexis Arquette in Bride of Chucky, because I forgot. So good. What they call Le Petit Morte. I was like, so good. And oh my God, you didn't kill anybody, did you? Like, yeah, it's so good. That yanking, I felt that. I don't even have piercings, but I felt that.
Oh, he just the blood.
Oh my God.
Oh
my God. So good. Oh, anyways, back to Chucky. Yeah.
But either way, these are our rankings. We appreciate you watching us. act stupid.
Well,
I don't know. If you haven't learned by now, I can't end a conversation. So let me put it this way. Thank you for joining, Nick. Where can people find you?
Promote
your damn self. Jesus.
I have a YouTube channel where I react to stuff, and it is Nick Says Boo. And you can find me on Twitter at Nick Says Boo. You can find me on Instagram at Nick Says Boo. You can find me on Patreon at Nick Says Boo, where you can give me your money.
Or his alt account.
The local clinic.
I and George.
Nick Says Boo. No.
Oh. I'll link it down below.
He's about to look at his phone and be like, why am I getting
what are
these notifications?
But if you can't tell, we just love to have a good time, talk horror, some really good pop culture references this episode that most of us got. We discovered, though, that Nick is a failure for not having seen Pose.
Oh, yeah.
Not just Pose.
No, well, yeah, but that's like the fair. Yeah. But again, thank you. We also have a Patreon where you could see us become even more unhinged. If you haven't seen our lives, because again, that's where we discover more about what George doesn't know. And I promise you it is actually. We love it. We have a good time. We go live once a month where we let people apparently read us the filth. Oh my goodness.
Honey, I'm still trying to pick up the pieces. I'm like, oh my God.
I saw that last one where George was like, oh my God, like people were like saying like I was so cute and funny and sweet and sexy. And then somebody was like, they lied to you.
So we have a great time, and you can just listen to us if you don't want to watch us. You can always listen to us because it is technically a podcast. So until next time. And oh wait, actually, because I never actually do this, even though he doesn't need any promotion, but David has his own channel.
Oh God.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I do smut stuff and all, yeah.
Actually, he loves to get everybody else to watch the movie Inside. So if you haven't seen the movie Inside, please go check it out. It is French
and could
horror.
You please donate to my St. Jude account? Yeah, please.
Ooh, going to hell.
I know.
Again, thanks everybody. Remember, hey, Chucky.
It hit him too late.
I just flashed back to the bald Chucky.
I can
kick your ass, bitch.
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because if you haven't seen the bald Chucky, I can no longer look at that photo.
It's my profile picture.
I know. I can no longer look at that and not think of you. So no spoilers, but when I saw the season 2 episode where that bald Chucky, all I saw was David, and it made me laugh so hard. So
representation does matter. Yeah.
I can't wait to see Nick's reaction. I can't wait to see David's reaction. It just sucks because I can't talk to David about it, but I will at least be able to. I will at least be able to talk to Nick about the series as he's watching it.
No.
Yes. Oh.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh. Okay. Well, if I spoil something for you on accident, no, I'm just kidding. I would never.
Oh, dear.
But hey, it's been fun. Till next time, y'all. Bye.
Mwah.
You have been listening to the Horror Hour. See you next time.